All right, y'all, can you hear me? Everybody done came back. All right, let's see, get this going. Hey, all right, so,
Okay, we back,
so,
B.
wait, there's some more people there. So, were you following me or was I talking too fast? If we talking fast, I was going to mess up my train of thought.
No, I was following most of it. You kind of lost me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I understand. Have you heard of the Supreme Mathematics?
Nope.
Oh, okay. See, that's the thing. Okay, so I gotta send you something. Okay, I gotta send you something. Yeah, so these are all the things, like I say, supreme mathematics, right? That's based in like Muslim, right? But it's not like, it's based in that, but it works for everything. It's the science of the numbers and all that other type of shit, okay? To where it's like, they believe that the highest number is really nine, okay? Now, every other thing, like 10, 11, 12, 13, those are just like different variations of the numbers 1 through 9. Okay. So what it is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Then 10 would be 1 again. Now,
I,
this is how it
I
works.
talking about. I seen that. I seen that with just some number variations where it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9, and then it
Right.
stops.
And it's the reason why.
That's like the
Because of this.
calculator, though.
It's like what?
It's like the calculator. The calculator don't go all up the numbers. It only go to 9. The highest number is 9.
Right. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a good way to even look at it. Look at it like that before. Now this is the reason. Now I'm explaining it real easy. So I go. Okay. Now 9, then it's 10, but 10 is 1. Why? 9 plus 1 is 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
Now 8 is really 1 because 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 is really 2 because 7 plus 2 is 9. 6 is really 3. 6 plus 3 is 9, right? 5 is really 4 because 5 is 4 is 9. Now, the next will be 5 and 5, which makes 10, which makes it even, like start all over, right? So that's why 10 is 1, 11 is 2, because 1 plus 1, right? 12 is 3, 13 is 4, 14 is 5, because you just add no 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
15 is 6, 1 plus 5. 16, letter P, is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 7 is one of the main numbers, right? Now, the seventh letter of the alphabet is G, which under the supreme mathematics, G stands for God. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I said, that's just a little thing, but I'll send you it's just really easy. I'll just send you like like the list and the meanings of it all. I'll just get off Google or something, and I'll just send it to your inbox so you could trip out on it. But what I'm saying is, you know, we have so much, like when they be like, oh, you only use this little part of your brain, right? It's like, if we take the time to really learn and stop thinking it's like, there's so much power. So with words, have you ever heard have you ever heard anybody say words are like spells?
No.
Okay, now, okay, now, when you hear like magicians or even if it's like cartoons, hocus pocus or abracadabra, like before a magician says something, they always say something, right? I mean, before they do a trick or a spell, they always say like a chant or abracadabra. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, so okay, then when God, right, speak things into existence. You've heard of that.
Yeah.
You gotta speak things in life. So that's like creating, like, magic. God created, He made the world by speaking it into existence. Okay. Be careful what you say, because what you say is what you bring to you, right? All that, right? So that's in the sense of, in order to write a word, what do you have to do?
In order to write a word, what do you have to do? You got to pick up the pen and write the word, right?
Okay, but when you're writing, Like, yeah, you're writing, but what are you doing to make sure that it's wrote correctly? You're spelling. I don't know how to spell the word that we're saying, right?
Facts.
Spelling. So that's why we're literally casting spells when we speak, when we write. We hear like affirmations, like write it down. You refer to that
Man,
type, write it
that,
down.
I did. I heard that.
See, the power in that comes from spelling. Spelling. Oh, Biggie Smalls predicted his death. Tupac predicted, right? Be careful what you rap about. Energy, you're talking to spirit because it's spelling.
Manifest this shit.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. All of that. So just think if we took more time, right, within our pen, right, was this rising? How even with her, how much things could be created when we really understand the power that we have just by formality, just by understanding what we're doing. See?
Mm-hmm.
See? Okay, we know this is a word. The wisdom teaches us how to spell it, but we didn't have the understanding because we didn't know that that word was a spell. Okay? For example, when people say, I want this, well, keep wanting all the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Because wanting has no power. Wanting doesn't connect to the universe because you're just wanting. How many people want $1 million? How many people want? Okay, keep wanting all you want, right? Versus, I desire or I will myself or I am going to or, that type of shit.
Your verbiage, the way you speak.
I am, because these are actions. These are, you know what I'm saying? When God said, let there be light, he didn't say, I want there to be light, right? It's done. Let there be.
So is
You know
this
what I'm saying? So what does this mean, right? When we can make sure the bitch understands this, then that's giving her power with the trick when she's demanding, or asking for her payment. You see what I'm saying? Not can you bring what, you know what I'm saying? It's bring this. That type of words are so, that's the thing.
is
When
the
they're closing the deals, when they, that's the importance, not a, I want, or, you know,
like
or,
you
you
that's
know,
that's what I always say though. Like I say, like it's the way you say shit. When you come off desperate, you get desperate results. Type
right.
shit. It's how you articulate shit. You can't just say
Take
shit.
a vibe.
You don't get it. You don't get this type of money all the time. Like I tell a bitch, like if you gonna ask for $1,000 for your time, then you need to say this shit like this is just it's really nothing. You know, it's I get this shit all the time. Really, I get more.
Right. Now, we got K Divine, okay? K Divine up in this motherfucker. He got a lot of game, a lot of knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is someone else I can bring up that, I'm gonna bring up that I really want you to talk to. And even if you ask me the same certain things, but I just really want you to get all type of different aspects of this shit. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna
Thanks.
bring up K Divine. And you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and speak with him, like I say, because you know who K Divine is?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, so you probably for sure probably seen him on some things, and we'll get into that later. But like I say, we got another cold, knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying, rep man, you know what I'm saying, in here right now. So I'm going to pull him up. See if we want to come up, and there we go. Hey,
So,
Divine, how you
what's
doing?
been up, baby?
Oh man, just killers, man. Much love, much love. Um, okay, so look, now, okay, Divine, like I said, we got young fella in here, and he's on fire about the game and this and that. He really, learning and absorbing. You know, go ahead. Big Nine. That's K Divine. K Divine. That's Big Nine.
What's going on, Playboy? How you go? What's good with you?
I
Top
was
up.
just seeking out this game, man, the best way I possibly can.
Ah man, well the best way to seek out that game is to get up under some vets and get laced. That's how we got it.
Exactly. You know, I feel like that it could be some vets up in the area, but it ain't too many vets like that's just purely pimping, and that's my thing. That's been my whole one of my whole things. It's like it's a lot of these cats that's not just purely pimping it. With their pimping, it comes to gangbanging and it comes to other shit. And now it's not just the NPA, it's the NBA, and it's contact sport and it's all type of other shit. And it's like, hey man, I just signed up to pimp, you know. So it'd be kind of hard to touch bases with other motherfuckers when they're doing so many other things but pimping.
Well, when it comes to the game, you gotta look at it like this. Everybody came from something before they started pimping.
Facts.
I don't care. I don't care whether they was a mailman, a drug dealer, a gangbanger, or a baker, or whatever. You had to be something before you got actively in the game, right? Now, when I was coming up, we used to call that our old life, and you get reborn again into the game. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not what you was doing before the game, it's what you continue to do after you get in the game. You was a big old drug dealer, you jump in the game and you still got keys out there on the street. I mean, you kind of ain't pimping. You feel what I'm saying? You still a big old drug dealer that just got hoes on the side.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always been that, you know, people had a life before, but it's when, it's how I always say it's how people view the game. Like me, I'm big knowledge the pimp. I'm not big knowledge who pimps. Pimping is who I am. It's not my job. It's not my
Yeah.
occupation. You know what I mean? It's not my hustle. It's not what I do for money. You feel what I'm saying? When I was locked up in the motherfucking can for years, I was still pimping. You feel what I'm saying? Get me access to the bitch.
Lifestyle.
Get me access to the bitch. I'm gonna talk 100 miles a minute. I don't give a fuck who the man. Put the bitch on the phone with me. I'm gonna shoot so much game with the bitch. She either gonna get it or duck or run or just absorb it or something. Fuck that.
Yeah, for
I
real.
mean, because when I was in the joint, my whole thing was I can't go hopo. You know, that was my whole thing. I can't go hopo. I get down to one little bitch, and well, look, fuck it. I got to hit that bitch with a million miles a game, and just try to keep her in motion and pop, 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 pop. That's what it was all about. Keeping your sword sharp, so that you didn't fall off in the other shit. Because you got to think when you're in an environment like prison, there's all the you can become a whole junkie, a gangbanger. You can get all kind of other shit that ain't pimping. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you around a negative environment that doesn't even have bitches. I think that's the ultimate test of a nigga's pimping. For you to get in that type of environment and still keep a pimp, even if a nigga can't keep a bitch, if you can still keep a pimp mentality, you know how many people I know go to jail, come home, and they do everything except pimp when they touch down. Big old pimp before they went in. They touched down, they either found God, you
That
know what
shit
I
crazy.
mean, or motherfucking they found a girlfriend that they fell in love with while they was in there and realized all fuck them bitches and all it's all kind of shit when you get pulled out of the game, but it's how much you were involved in the game before anything that's gonna sustain you. That's why you got guys that come home from doing bids and all that, and they still jump back on the bike and get to rolling. I remember when, may he rest in peace, OG Kenny Red came home from doing his bid. He was big as a house. He looked like he'd been lifting nothing but weights. Got right back down. Bitches was all over.
Yeah.
He didn't come home and try to be something else. He still Kenny Red to P. You feel what I'm saying?
This
But
thing
you got
low.
other people that didn't take that way. They came home and shit. They did everything except pimp. See, if you are a pimp, not somebody who pimps, nothing's gonna stop you from pimping. That's the difference between people that pimp as a job and people who are pimps. A lot of people don't get that. See, when you are a pimp, nothing's gonna stop you from pimping. You know what I mean? And me and Shoulder had a debate on a few things a couple of times, but it always comes back down to, nigga, are you pimping? All that
Hey,
other shit. Nigga, are you
hey,
pimping?
hey, big bro, I didn't want to interrupt you while you was talking show. Slick ass always trying to throw a curveball in with a nigga's
Oh,
face.
You know,
that's my
hey,
little bro, Mac
you know,
Main, right there. I know that
hey,
voice anywhere.
Yeah, you
Mac Main
already
is so
know. You
Mac
already
Main is only Mac Main is only slick if you're slipping on it. You know what I'm saying? You know,
listen,
it's
listen.
only slick if you're
You already
slipping.
know. I wasn't gonna interrupt you while you was talking and shit. Yeah, show slick ass always trying to throw that curve.
Oh
Hey,
no,
make a nigga
show
think. Hold
slick in the
on, wait.
motherfucker.
Right, make a nigga be like, hold on, what I just say? Cause you know nigga go pop it quick or automatically. Then you wait, hold on, man,
He'd
this
be like,
nigga.
so stop. He'd be like, so stop it right there. So what you were saying was,
Hey,
so what do you
hey,
say? So I
listen.
mean,
So
are you the
so look,
pimping?
now look, now knowledge, look, he just came in here, right? And look, this how fly knowledge's name is, just what it be in knowledge. See, now watch this. Now he say he knowledge the pimp. He is. Now bet now watch this. Now, knowledge, could you also say your knowledge the power?
Do what?
Can you
Well,
also say
knowledge is power. You know what I mean?
here we go,
Knowledge is
here
the
we go.
power that runs
See,
the universe.
go ahead. Go
You know what I
ahead.
mean? But we're not talking about knowledge the
See, he ain't
person.
trying
We're not
to
talking about knowledge the pimp. We're talking about knowledge within itself. Knowledge within
right.
itself is what makes knowledge the pimp who he is. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
I had to get knowledge of the game in order to apply it correctly. That's what's going wrong with the game now. People just out here trying to play the game and they don't even know the rules. You know,
Okay,
they
now
bringing footballs to the fucking basketball court.
that's real. For sure the football ain't real rounded. Now let me ask you this though. Okay, now do you have your math memorized as far as alphabets and numbers and stuff?
I'm guard 120. Better believe it.
Okay, now well, I'm just I understand that. Okay, so better believe right. So when I say knowledge the power, right? So what does P really mean to you? You see what I'm saying?
What do you mean? What does P really mean to me?
What does P stand for within the supreme mathematics?
Oh, well, that's something different. That ain't got nothing to do with
Well,
that.
that's what I'm saying. But let's talk about what I'm saying. We look get spiritual with it. That's all I'm saying.
Nigga
Yeah.
What is
stupid. We gonna get
now? Look,
spiritual
what?
with it.
No,
It's
no,
Saturday.
because I don't want y'all
Well, see,
thinking
I'm
quick.
not
I want because
spiritual.
knowledge know
Well,
what I mean.
you got to remember, the nation of gods and earth is not spiritual; it's righteous. I mean, we don't deal with
Well,
spirituality, but you know what I mean. When you dealing with the nation, you know what I mean. That's something totally different because you're dealing with poor righteous teachers. You're dealing with you know what I mean, a group of men that's educated on knowledge itself. You know what I mean. You couldn't even be a real pimp without having knowledge itself.
here we
Because see,
go.
all of us real pimps know that this game, you know what I mean, goes back deep into our culture. That's why they say, you know, oh, there can never be a white pimp and woo, woo, woo. You know, it's not like there are not guys out there of other races pimping, but this is like how the Costa Nostra got that thing of theirs. But when it comes to this pimping, this is this thing of ours. You know,
Yeah,
this
Now
was
what
this
up?
was this was black created, black owned. This is the first. I think this is
water.
the real original first black owned business. You know what I'm talking about?
Right,
That
definitely.
water
Now
like
because
water,
look, y'all.
definitely.
Because the reason why I asked them that, right? Huh? What y'all say? Okay, look. The reason why I asked them that is this, right? Because remember when he was telling y'all, I am a pimp is who I am. No matter that's just what I am. Like I ain't trying. I ain't right. And remember I was saying game, right? The G for God, the A for Allah, arm, leg, arm, head, the God body. So that's him, his God, right? Him as a man, I'm a pimp. That's who he is. You see what I'm saying? And then when I said the P knowledge, right? I said because now P being power,
Yeah,
P
but
meaning
you know
power,
the P is also it's not just power, it's power refinement. You feel what
power
I'm saying?
refinement, right?
You know what I mean? To reach, you
Now,
know what I mean? And you can't achieve great power without refinement. You have to clean up. And we'll bring that into the game text right there.
here
It's
we
like when
go.
when cats first get into the game, they got to refine all that square shit out of them to be a good pimp. You know what I'm talking about? You got to clean that square shit out of you. You can't come into the game with that dirty square shit on you. You got to clean. You got to refine because this P is power. You feel what I'm
Here we
saying?
go.
This the ultimate power, if you ask me, on
Now,
spiritual.
now let's get to it because now, wouldn't P, right, by it being the 16th letter, wouldn't it be safe to say that that's the second G? That's the second God. Is the
One
P is the
second.
P letter of
When you
God?
say,
Can it
hold on,
because go
I'm
ahead.
gonna show you because you want a good point. When you say
Right.
that right there, right,
Mm-hmm.
the black man is God. Anybody who has known their history knows that. We're not talking about God in the biblical sense or as far as spirituality. We're talking about He who fathered civilization. We talk about the P being the 16th letter, 16. You feel what I'm saying? All being born to God. You feel what I'm
Here we
saying?
go.
When you say all being born, when you put the one with the six, that makes seven. Seven being the
Here
God
we
number. So the 16 is God.
that's what I'm saying, right? And then so this goes back to your name. Because if we go deeper, but this goes back to that. which is power. Now the P is really the G. So when they say knowledge is power,
Hey, hey,
come
so
on,
look, hey, look, here come my young,
knowledge
hey,
don't
look,
work.
here
You
come my
get
young
me,
Hey,
ass
you
with
know
this
what?
bitch.
shit.
That mean when
Hey,
you
hold on.
break it down,
So when I say I was a G before I was a P, ain't nothing
Let me
wrong with
know
that
something.
then,
That's what
right?
it said.
Right? So ain't nothing
Huh?
wrong with me being a G before a P, huh? So I'm still a G then.
Yeah, but you're not a P. You see what I'm saying? The P is a G, but the G's not a P.
exactly. And that right there, you just said a mouthful. Cause you got P's that are G's, but G's ain't P's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they
Well, I'm PG.
See,
not.
but you can't be. But you can't be though. See, you can't be because the G comes before the P. You just better hope that you can make it to the P.
All right. Well, hey, look. Well, I'm GP, no Peyton.
See, okay,
you
well
know,
that's better
I like that because
because the M come before the P too. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
I like that. I rep that GPC for the record. You know what I'm talking about? Oh
Mm.
yeah, and
Definitely.
everybody up here, y'all go check it out. Big Knowledge GPC. Fuck the producer. Volume 4. Got your bitch. Drops at 12 o'clock on all platforms. Holla.
Hey, let me call my bitch right now. I know you ain't got my bitch. She asking for a water, bro. Let me stop. Hey, that's
Yeah.
what that was. Hey, nigga, it's 80 degrees. Nigga, it's 5 in the morning, bro. It's 80 degrees right now, bro. I can see why that bitch asking for water.
Uh, yeah, y'all check that shit out. Big
I
Knowledge
ain't
GPC.
shit.
I'm on all platforms, man.
Tell a bitch, I ain't got no water, but I get you some water.
And
Hey,
you
soon
show
as I
can't be
said
a
that,
look.
I took a swig.
And you show can't be a G in PC. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Now, there's what is your G? What let me know knowledge. See, look, but look, knowledge. So what I really want to do though was continue. See, because I know that you're familiar with this, right? I was talking to him about it earlier, but I don't want to sound crazy, but so when I say the game, or no, so when we say pimp, right? We're in the supreme, right? We'll say power refined, right? Then the I is I, okay, and then M is master, and then
yeah,
P is power again. So pimp is really power, right? I master power. Now,
yeah.
if you want to say pimping, then it's I, right?
I now
Now,
God. Power,
let me
power.
know.
I master power. I now God.
Now, if you want to take the P and break it down to its rather, it's a stronger number, which is 7, then it is safe to say, God, I've mastered. God, I'm now God.
Well, see, to say that is just saying you mastered yourself.
That's
You
what
know what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying? And the father said you got to master yourself before you master anything. That's why a
So
lot of
now,
guys fell off into other things back in the day because they got a misinterpretation when he said, "Well, you being the supreme being who far of civilization, you can master all things on the earth." So you had people that took that into some weird context and started doing
right,
drugs and other things. They said, "Oh, we can master everything." No, no, no. But you first have to master oneself.
exactly.
Anybody who has
Now,
mastered oneself would not abuse their temple with drugs, and that's what he was saying. And a lot of people don't get that. You got to master yourself before you can master anything else. You got to know who you. And I just had this conversation with a young dude. They was like, "So what was your name before you started pimping?" I said, "I'm just knowledge. I didn't because see, I didn't change my name when I got in the game because I'm still I'm still who I am as a person. It's the knowledge and everything that I got
see,
that made me. So I didn't have to change who I was or nothing because I've mastered myself already. So
and
I'm
when
just knowledge to P. You feel what I'm
and
saying?
when you understand really, remember how we talked about you understanding, right? When you could really understand by him, like I say, he might. But like I say, when they say, they say still sharp is still like saying pimp sharper pitch, right? But I don't even know if a knowledge even understand how vicious his name is. Because really, by him saying he's knowledge, he's really saying he's the pimp game.
But you got
Because
to remember, knowledge is the basic.
knowledge is
You
game
gotta
in
break
itself.
down knowledge. You got to break down knowledge within the mathematics. Knowledge is to know the
Okay.
letter, so you do not fall off in the devil's civilization. It's the basic
Come on.
foundation of all things in existence. Just the sun is the foundation of the universe. You feel what I'm saying? Because not with knowledge, you achieve great things. That's why you know what I mean. It represents the man because man, without you can have a million women on this planet and they can never give birth without one man. It's the seed from the man that fathers civilization, which makes him the foundation. You can have a million eggs, but without that seed to fertilize that, you can have soil all day without no seeds. You'll never grow anything up out of it. So you need knowledge. You know what I mean?
See,
You need knowledge as the foundation. As you have the knowledge of the game, just like anything else. You know what I mean? Once upon a time, we didn't know 1+1 = 2 until we got knowledge of it. Now, wisdom is the applied knowledge. Now, see, when you actually, you have, because you got a lot of people that have knowledge of the game, but they ain't pimps because they don't know how to apply that knowledge. You can have all the knowledge in the world. Now, knowing how to apply that knowledge is once you gain understanding. I see you was touching in on that. See, because
oh, you was
once you
in there?
have the
Okay,
knowledge
okay.
of the game, then you know how to apply it. It means you have an understanding. That's when you've mastered something. When you like, okay, I know this is what the game is, and I know where I see myself in the game. You
Now
feel what
let
I'm
me
saying?
ask you this. Now knowledge, but look, now, but if somebody say, well, what's game? Will we say game is knowledge?
Definitely,
Okay. And we for sure
definitely,
would say, look, and we for sure would say knowledge is power.
definitely.
And we've already just broken down and said power's God.
Mm.
See, that's what I'm saying about your name. See what I'm saying? See y'all see now see how vicious this get? This the gods right here, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's how fly his shit is to me. So now when we're breaking down game, it's God, Allah, Master, right? Equality. So now when he's saying he's the God, that's the Allah. That's the arm, leg, arm, head.
Hmm.
So now the pimping, right, would be the G, which is game, because it's pimp knowledge. Now, once he's mastered himself, which is a pimp, with the mind of God, which is the pimping, then now he can build equality with the fucking world, and that whole becomes heaven on earth.
Yeah, that's some heavy shit, man.
So that's how fly your name is, knowledge. I thought about that the other day. That's why I'm glad you came, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just sitting back, I said, knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And then knowledge divine, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to just give you that, big bro. You know what I'm saying? Let you know that I was thinking about that. You know, your name was in my I say, you know what? I got to tell you, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, knowledge. What better name? Come on, y'all.
You know what was funny though? When I first got in the game back in the day, I used to see a lot of cats. Everybody back in the days when we was coming up, back in those days, everybody had some real slick ass name with them. You know what I mean? Silky, motherfucking. You had the Silkies, the Shugs. All these dudes had these real elaborate, interesting, intricate names with them. And it was all some fly pimp shit. And me, I just was like, I'll just stick with what I got because it made sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You pull up on the bitch and be like, you need knowledge, right? You know what I mean? My name was the game. Now you tell a bitch to be like, I don't need no knowledge. You see how stupid you sounded? You know what I'm talking about? See
Yeah.
how stupid that sounds? If I roll up on a bitch and say, you need knowledge, she's like, I don't need knowledge. Okay, you're right. You know what I'm talking about?
Just leave where you at.
Yeah, just leave you where you at. You know what I
Leave where
mean?
you at.
When I used to pull up on bitches, my first, at first, I'd be like, what's going on, mom? Don't you think you need some knowledge? Now, if you say no, you sound stupid. That's like
Now
pulling up on
watch
a
this.
motherfucker saying, my name money. You don't want some money in your life? You feel what I'm
Now
saying?
watch this. Now we got to break it down even further. Because now remember, wisdom is the application of knowledge, right? So within this religion, because we call it a game, but we just broke it down. One is a religion, you know what I'm saying? But within this, okay, then wouldn't the woman be the wisdom? Because she's the one that's gonna have to apply the knowledge in order to produce the understanding from the knowledge she applied, which is breaking on that motherfucking trick, right?
I mean, with that,
So
that's gonna make her a mac ass bitch, right?
no, it's gonna make her what?
Gonna make her a mac ass bitch, right?
Oh, Mac, yeah, we get to that part because what I'm saying is this though. But the thing is this. It's y'all gotta understand this because it's the beautiful thing about the world. So, like how he was saying, knowledge is the foundation. So when a bitch says she don't need the knowledge, and that means she's denying herself. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no way she can even practice or even show who she is because the only thing that she has to apply is the knowledge, which is that man. Remember when I said God made man for him and he made woman for man? Just to directly speak to the woman, he speaks through the man.
Exactly.
So that's why. So that's why.
Big
For bitch
fact.
say she don't need knowledge, then bitch for sure you can't do nothing.
Well, let's just break this down into what goes naturally.
Let's
Let's
come
break
on.
it down with nature, right?
Yeah,
Okay. In nature, there is nowhere else in nature that like species do not intermingle. There is nowhere else in nature where like species don't intermingle. And what I mean by that is lions kick it with lions, right? Tigers kick it with tigers. You know what I mean? Bears kick it with bears. You know, everybody sticks to their own species. Now, when it comes to this game, we do know that a real P is a rare breed of man. It's not your regular breed of man. You know, like a lion is a cat, but it's not like a little Persian or a Siamese cat. This is a rare breed of cat. It's something regal and majestic about a lion. You feel what I'm saying? It's a cat, but it's not. That's how this pimping and hoeing is. So when you see hoes out here that be talking about they don't need no pimps, well, what do you need? You tell people when you say that you're not a real hoe, because how can you go further in the game and you know what I mean flourish without what was meant for you? You know, that's why when you see these renegades and so forth and so on, they be having their little boyfriends. They just never seem to get nowhere. You know why? Because that's it wasn't meant to be. These are not like
Yeah,
species.
your law of attraction is off.
Exactly. These are not like species. Yeah,
Hmm.
you know, that's like taking a motherfucking that's like taking an alley cat and throwing it in a cage with a motherfucking tiger will eat the cat. You know what I'm saying? He'll rip
Yep.
that motherfucking ass, tear his head off, open his heart up. Why? Because you are prey. We are not alike. You are prey. And a real
Mm,
hoe should look at everything square as prey. You feel what I'm
exactly.
saying? Just like, because a real hoe walks outside, every man she sees is a potential
A potential.
motherfucking victim.
Yeah.
He's potential. Because they never
now
let
is it
you
now
know
now
so
now but knowledge is it just a man? No, you see what I'm saying? No, now the hoeing,
oh
not
no
the
no
prostitute.
no. That's what I was saying.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Let me finish. Everything
Okay,
is
go
a
ahead.
potential victim. Because see, when a
Okay.
real hoe, check like this, when a real hoe see a trick out there, another man outside of her folks, oh, well, this nigga needs some money to talk to me. He's potential victim. When a real hoe sees a female, what is she thinking about? A real hoe. Oh, I got to knock this
Yeah,
for
that
my
bitch.
folks.
Oh,
I got to knock this. That's why the concept of real hoes talking about they got renegade hoe partners. How? How is this your friend? How is this your friend? It doesn't even make sense for you to say that this person is your friend. There is no way you should be friends with this person. Y'all are not alike. Or when you say that, you are letting the world know that you ain't no real hoeing at all. Because you saying I sit around and kick it with things that are not like a motherfucking alligator will not go walking around and kicking it with the antelope. They eat them. It's a food source.
hmm.
They eat them. You feel me? Put a motherfucking hamster in a room with a regular cat. You gonna smack that
Now,
motherfucker around and eat him.
now, now, let me ask you this, okay? Now, this is me just being show, so y'all don't. But this is me being show. I'll be who I am right now. Knowledge, okay?
Oh
Now.
shit, here we go.
Here
No,
you
no, no,
go.
no,
Here
no,
go the
no, 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 no,
bullshit.
no.
Y'all know.
No, it's not bullshit. No, 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 no. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Honestly, look. Okay. Are all felines cats? Is a lion a cat?
Definitely.
Or is it a part of feline family?
But
So
I mean,
in the
it's part of
sense
a
of
feline, just
human
like a
race,
pimp.
humans, right? So everybody's not a man, everybody's not a woman, but they're both humans.
Exactly. And then you got pimps, which I feel as though we sit on the higher plane of
Look,
existence.
you see
And
Dallas? Look, you see how your house costs around that way? No, because I told no, because I'm learning too, because I
no,
never
no, no,
looked
no,
at it
no, no,
like
no. On
that.
some real shit. Like I said,
Like a
You make a
lion might
point.
really just be a lion, right?
But it's still part of the feline family. That's just like they say
Right, right,
all domestic dogs derive from the wolf. That's the alpha. All domestic dogs
right,
are a derivative of the wolf. They're all
right,
canines. They're just not wolves. It's
right.
just like
And
all men, all of the human race. We all know that humanity started in Africa. You know what I mean? The black man fathered civilization. All humans on the planet that are part of the human race are not black men, though. They're not the supreme.
right,
They're not the superior.
right.
You're a human. You're a humanoid. But some real shit. And this is when you go into real science and real actual facts. And a lot of people are debating this. Scientifically, the brain of Anglo-Saxon male is 2 ounces smaller, lighter than the brain of African American. I mean, an African male. Those derived from Africa. Facts. We have bigger brains. Now, this means that, but a lot of people don't know what all that is in white is black. So when they say, "Oh, those Asians, those are black men," Spanish people are black men. They're melanated. All melanization comes from the continent of Africa. Everything that is not melanated is white. That's why white people's skin don't keloid. That's why certain things about physically, about the way their physical structure is set up, that uh, makes them I'm not going to say inferior, but like the white people can't stay out in the sun. Their skin's not set up for it.
Okay, so let
You
me
see what I'm
ask you
saying?
this then.
But the
So,
black man
so,
can
so
walk in the sun and the cold. The black man can
and
traverse the earth on every plane without any help. We don't need no suntan screen lotion in the sun.
okay,
I mean, all we need is a covering in the cold.
tag
We
me
can
in. Okay,
walk.
now look, look, now watch this. Look, now, okay, now, even with everything you said was awesome. Now, even with them hoes, right? Yeah, the renegade and the hoe might both be prostitutes, right? Felines. You see
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But that hoe is for sure the lion. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now, what Knowledge
Yes,
was also
definitely.
just saying, okay, about melanin. Now, we all know that the more melanin a human has, right, the darker they are, okay? Now, Knowledge, would I be a fool to say that condensed melanin is the sunlight?
I can hear you. You broke up for a second. Condensed melanin is what?
Condensed, condensed melanin is sunlight. Like the light. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
Humans.
there is
The
no life
hue came
without
from
the.
the colors. Come
I
on, go
can go with
ahead. The
that. I can
human.
go with that. I
Yeah,
can
well,
go with
let me,
that
you see
because
what
there is no you can't get that makes sense. I can go with that. I can go with that
right?
because you can't have life. First of all, you can't have life without the sun.
Come on, man.
You turn that light bulb off in the sky, it's over. But that's why knowledge is represented in the mathematics. You know that. Knowledge is the man. When you represent the sun, moon, and stars, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, man, woman, child. You feel what I'm saying? The man is represented by the sun. The woman is represented by the earth because the earth is fertilized by the light from the sun, which brings forth life, the children. You know what I mean? The same thing goes forth with the actual man on the planet. Without the black
And
man,
that's the wisdom.
life wouldn't
Now,
exist.
now watch this. So the knowledge, right, will show that, the knowledge is the man with the sperm. But the only way to understand what the sperm is, right, is by having the woman, see, to receive the sperm in order to show what the sperm is.
Got to have something
That's
to
why she'll get
fertilize it.
pregnant. Right. And then the understanding of that is the result of a child.
Now check this out. When I tell
Whew.
people all the
You see,
time, they
so,
be like,
Mm.
are
"How
y'all
could you
still with
say?"
us? I think they fell asleep.
They say, "How could you say that the black
Oh,
man
nah,
is the
I ain't
foundation?"
sleep. Hey, listen.
Check
Hold
it.
on. Let me just say this real quick, big bro.
Go ahead,
When
baby.
y'all kicking, hold on, listen. When y'all kicking that shit and it's something I don't know about, I might throw a joke here and there. Nah, nigga, I'm literally sitting back smoking, listening, nigga. I ain't sleep.
Real. Just like the
I'm
Bible
Okay.
listening.
All
open.
Check this out, show. Now you
right.
see what
Come
you
on. Go
just
ahead.
said, right? See what
Right.
you just said. The sun being the basis of melanation, right? Now, when I tell people all the time, life had to begin with the black man because that's why they say the black woman has what's known as the Eve gene. The black woman is the only woman on the planet that can give birth to all races. Now, what I mean by that, okay, take a whole colony of white people, right? Long hair, brunette, blonde, whatever, and let them, you know, breathe. All you will ever derive from that is just white people. the melanin. There will never be no melanin. That's until melanin is introduced. There will never be no change. Now go to the continent of Asia, which is now known as Africa, due to the General Africanus renaming it when he came over there from Italy. But that's another story. Motherfucking when you get to Asia, and where all the melanated people is at, if you take uh uh black man, I'm talking about dark, the real dark Africans, dark, blue black, and they procreate with somebody that's maybe my complexion, maybe your complexion, Mac man. What's the result of that? You'll get a lighter shade of baby. You'll get a shade that is not like the mother or like the father. You can get its own shade from that. You understand what I'm saying? Now that child can go out and um, procreate with somebody else of a lighter shade. And from this is the I'm giving y'all the breakdown of Yakub's story, which is how white man came into existence. You take the brown gene and always mate it with a lighter brown gene. You know, if you take the color black and just keep mixing white into it, the color will lighten up. The funny shit is it will never get all the way white. Now somebody go try this right now. Go get a cup of coffee. Pour as much milk in that motherfucker as you want. It'll still have some brown in it. I don't care how much milk you pour in that motherfucker. It's gonna still keep. You can tell it was some brown in there at some point. That's why we have black men that'll have, and black women that have fair skin. But their hair is not straight, but it's not as kinky. You know, their skin tone. It's not white. You can tell it's not white, but it's just not as dark as the others. You understand? Because the black gene gives birth to all races. Now, we're going to bring this into the game. When you got the ism, right? Ism gives birth to all hoes. Period. If you a bitch out here selling pussy, now we got to do between hoes and prostitutes. Just because you selling pussy don't make you a hoe, and just because you got hoes don't make you a pimp. Everybody knows that in this room. We can all agree. You feel what I'm saying? Smooth. Peace. We can all agree on that. Just because you got hoes, you're not a pimp. And bitch, just because you sell pussy, you're not a hoe. Just being honest with you. So, but the pimping gave birth to all hoes. And in reality, the pimping is the foundation for everything, because the pimping gave birth to all other pimps. You can't be a real P out here without knowledge. This knowledge was passed down. The reality is, they always say the more the game changes, the more it stays the same. That's the realest statement in the world, because the game has changed. But the core principles and values, I don't care what generation you got in the game, out of pocket is still out of pocket.
Okay, now, let me bring this in. Okay, now here's a different perspective. I would like to say that the prostitute is the foundation, because without the prostitute, there would be nothing. See, it if there wasn't a prostitute, then there wouldn't be a pimp, because the pimp wouldn't want to do something special with this
Oh,
particular woman.
we can't say that.
If it wasn't, no, but what I'm saying is the hoe brings the ing to the pimp.
Yes, sir.
See, it's like, so in a
But what
sense,
is
like
the
the
hoe without the
visual,
PIM? What is the hoe without the PIMP? Nothing. She's
well,
not a hoe.
nothing.
She's a
But see,
prostitute.
and they're both nothing. Look, and they're both nothing without the ing though. You see what I'm
But
saying?
but
So,
the hoe,
and
but
that's
check it. The hoe will not have knowledge of the game. See, now you say the hoe is the
well,
foundation,
foundation.
right?
Let me not move away from the thing. Foundation. That's
Okay.
all.
Now
Foundation.
the knowledge
Prostitute.
you not know. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to something you said, because you can't
Okay.
contradict yourself. You said
Just make sure you have the
knowledge.
understanding of what I meant.
I
Go ahead.
said knowledge. You said knowledge is the foundation of life. Knowledge is the foundation. Knowledge is the basic. Wisdom is the manifestation of knowledge used to make knowledge known. Right? That's what
Okay, so
wisdom
what
is.
good is
Now,
knowledge if there was no wisdom?
it
See,
said, hold
God
on.
was knowledge before he said, let there be light, but he
But
wanted to
listen,
experience himself.
without the knowledge, you can't manifest. Wisdom is the manifestation of knowledge used to make knowledge known. So what is the woman manifesting if she don't have that knowledge? See, a prostitute ain't nothing but a woman that sells her
Well, see, now
body
I'm going to
for
tell you what
money.
the knowledge
Now
is,
check it.
right? Watch this. The
Prior
prostitute,
to that,
watch this. The knowledge,
prostitution.
watch this knowledge. Look, I got your answer. Look,
Go ahead.
see, the knowledge that the prostitute had that she was applying, it came from the serpent. That's the prostitute's knowledge.
I don't
See, so
believe that.
that's where that. No, I mean, if we talking about, I'm just
I
saying
believe I believe
because
that I believe that a man made a woman understand that her body had worth. A man,
okay,
one long time ago, we don't know when this happened because prostitution is the oldest profession known to man. But at one point in time, there was a woman who had seen a man and he wanted to have that woman, but he didn't want to take that woman. And that woman uh, didn't want to be taken by him. So he said, listen, would you take this and let me have you? And she said,
yeah, he said, "Let
well,
me come
I,
into you." She said, "What will you give me?" Right. So
exactly.
he asked him, right, right.
But he
But she
started the
had a plan
negotiation.
though. But she
But
had
he
the
started
plan
the
first though.
negotiation because if you
But
got a
where did she get
product,
the plan from first? Knowledge. Remember,
check it
she
like
had the
this, P.
plan first. She had the plan.
Do you know
You
where
see what I'm saying? She
gasoline?
had the plan.
But check it. You know where gasoline came from? I'm gonna show you. This
No.
goes right back into what you said. Okay, when they first discovered crude oil, right, and they was refining the crude oil, that's why it's called gasoline, because it's a product of oil refinement. You understand what I'm saying? And once again, we get back into refinement. Um, the only way you could get gasoline is from the root, the oil. It has to be processed, refined, and manufactured. Now, for years, they were processing this oil and using just the processed oil.
Okay.
They thought that's all.
But
Hold on,
now
let me finish.
watch
They
this.
thought that was
Now
the
you
only
said
thing
the
that
root
had
is
value.
oil, right? But
Yeah,
oil is in the middle of gas and lean.
but
You
listen, let
would
me
think
finish.
that you need the gas first because what about a gas stove, right? You don't
No,
need
no,
oil for the gas stove. That's fumes.
no, no. Listen,
So
let me
finish.
finish. Let me finish so you can understand where I'm
The
going.
oil
So
was the wisdom to the knowledge of gas. Okay, go ahead.
check it.
Go ahead.
No, for years they used to just discard the gasoline. After they did the refinement process, they would just discard the gas. It was just some toxic, flammable shit, and it was just discarded until one day somebody realized that it was a combustible fuel and it could be used, right?
So now they
And
now they recarded it. Remember? So now
but
if they
check it,
realized that, then
this
they
was
brought it
something that
back.
had value the whole time. It always had
Right.
value. It was always a combustible fuel. But until somebody made it known, so now this goes back into the man and woman. The woman always had that pussy. But until a man let her know that this pussy had value, because before that, she just thought it was a place, a pleasure zone for herself and somewhere that children came from. It was
No,
a
no.
man
Okay,
that
now
had
hold
to
on.
let her know that I'm because you know what? It doesn't work in the reverse.
I think
That's
now look.
why
I think
that's why a man had to present it because we both have reproductive organs, right? But
okay. Now
you never
look.
had a woman look at a man and be like this, hey, and
Watch
a
how I
guy be like,
pimp
hey,
y'all. Watch
listen,
how
you
I
know,
pimp.
I could pay you could pay me for this, and she's like, yeah, but I don't really want it as much as you want what I have. The man let it be known
Okay.
that what you have is something I really want because men crave women and lust after women at a more higher rate than women will ever lust after men. That's
Okay.
why
Now watch this.
motherfucking
Now
hoes
watch.
get paid.
Now watch this. Then okay. Now what the value is? What's valuable to you, right? Could that be the same thing that's valuable to me?
Well, we're gonna go with flat out
I'm just
that
saying, is
no
value
check
the
it.
same for everybody?
Pussy pussy has shown
Because,
that
go ahead.
it has value. It has
And
more
you know who
value
taught
than
her that? It
anything.
wasn't the peanut, it was the trick. The trick taught her that her pussy had value. Because whatever was valuable to
But
her,
what?
whether it was
I,
money, food,
I
or
don't
whatever,
But
believe
what?
that.
she got
Okay,
it.
Now that part I don't
before.
believe. I gotta
No,
interject.
because, listen, now y'all couldn't interject because you know what the pimping showed her? That her life had value.
That's
That's what
fifty-fifty.
makes the hoe. Why you keep trying to
I
show her
could be
that the
going from
pussy
A.
had value? Where's the hoeing? That's the point.
I
You got
could
to
kind of
build
see
her
where you're
life.
going with that,
The
but
pimping showed her life had
we got to
value.
go back to the root. What's the root of pimping? What's the root of
See?
pimping? Pimping comes
See?
back to the root of the man, right? So this is still the man. See, this is when we get back into the species. We
That's
all
vicious.
felines. We all felines. But the trick is a regular old alley cat. Okay? The trick is a regular old alley cat. The pimping was the lion. See, the pimping seen that, yeah, you know, I
See
like
now,
women. I like women just like the other guy likes women, but I don't like them like he like them. You feel what I'm saying? They're not my weakness. See, that's what separates the pimping from the tricking. Because for the
Okay.
tricking, the woman is a weakness. He doesn't see it as a source of power. He sees it as
Well,
that's his weakness. That's what
no,
he
no. Well,
succumbs to.
a
So
trick does see it as power because he feels like he could just do what he want with his money. A trick does
no,
feel
no, no, no.
powerful like that.
I'm talking about the actual woman. The woman is his
Okay,
weakness. This is what he succumbs to. The woman, the hoe, is the trick's weakness. This is why she can make
okay,
them do whatever, drain the bank account, whatever, whatever. This is their weakness. Now, all power needs to be harnessed because power that's not harnessed is unstable, volatile, and destructive. So we can just say renegade, okay? Renegade is volatile, unpredictable, and destructive. That's what they are. They're volatile, unpredictable, and destructive. Ever since I went to prison and came home, and this transformation went around where renegades were accepted. And people be like, oh, they not accepted. When I was coming up, pimps did not speak to renegades. We did not conduct conversation with renegades. If you were not speaking of the game and you spoke out against the game, fuck you, bitch. Hoes had no renegade friends. There was no such thing as a hoe with a renegade friend. A hoe did not want a friend that wasn't paying her nigga. The only friends hoes had was called wife-in-laws. They didn't have all this hoe partner and da, da, da. This wasn't the thing. That was called out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's acceptable now is all a bunch of out of pocket shit. You feel me?
o-
Because
okay. Well,
a renegade is volatile, is unharnessed power. So they just do whatever. A renegade will come to a town where motherfucking hoes can get $1,000, and just because she don't know no better, she'll say 250. You feel what I'm saying? Unharnessed power. It's unharnessed
okay.
power,
Now,
unbridled power. See, so pimping had the knowledge of what this power was. We gave them the wisdom of what that power was. Because you take a renegade right now, and this is how a lot of P's knock bitches. You knock bitches who was actually, some bitches out there, if they wasn't hoeing already, some bitches, had some light hoeing with them, right? But it's like, damn, bitch, you did all that for not. That's like a bitch in the strip club. You went up there and did all that jumping around and dancing for $200, and everybody got to see you naked and see your titties and all that for $200. Then some pimpin' walk up in there and be like, check this out, bitch. How about only one nigga see you naked and he give you about 500, 600, $700,000? Bitch, like, really? Yeah, bitch, why is you up in here settling for less?
Because it's
See, it was
beneath you.
pimping that had knowledge of that power that woman was holding. You feel what I'm saying? It was the pimping. When Reconstruction was happening during slavery and the modern pimping was giving birth to, not the old style brothels and all that stuff. I'm talking about the modern pimping that we have today. When that was given birth to, it was because, you know, slave masters, as much as they owned slaves, they were still weak to the black woman. That's why we got so many light skinned motherfuckers running around here. Because that man's weakness was the black woman. Once the black man seen that,
We
and now we are
capitalize.
no longer Chattel.
okay,
We're
okay,
no
okay,
longer
okay, okay, okay,
Chattel.
okay.
We're
Okay,
not
now look.
property anymore. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, now look.
So you don't
Now look.
have
Now
to
look.
give him your power,
We
but you
capitalize.
Okay, now
need to
look. This
pay
the
for it.
thing. Okay, now this the thing, y'all. Okay, now look. Now he said, right, the pimping, right, showed her that her pussy was valuable. Okay, now that's why when I say
Can we say
we
this
don't
though?
know, we don't know what they're paying for because of this. We might be able to show them that it's valuable, right? But how? See, how? Because what we might think is valuable to us that she should think is valuable might not be.
But see the
Money
thing right
is
here.
not what, that's what
You're
I'm
telling
saying. See,
her value. So see now,
we'll,
this is where you go
but we,
into species right here. See, because you'll
okay,
have some alley cats trying to perpetrate like lions so they get out here and get mauled. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you tell a woman this, listen, you know you are $1 million, $1 billion enterprise within yourself, all in how you market yourself, all in how you conduct yourself, all in how you
so we're
portray
not talking
yourself.
about the pussy. Are we talking about the pussy though?
Well, I mean, the reality is, hoes don't just sell pussy.
Okay, well now
See,
we're getting
it's it's
somewhere.
it's it's the it's the the
See,
the fantasy that comes with all that because you got a lot of tricks that They might not want the pussy.
We're
They
gonna
might
enter.
just like head. They might like titties getting slapped in their face. Some of these niggas like to kiss feet. But it's what is embodied within the woman that is the
which would be
man's or the
which
trick's
would be
weakness.
which would be her lifestyle, her life, who she is, her mind, her
Her
spirit,
person.
her everything actually but the pussy. Because remember, she's not even really fucking.
Mm-hmm.
So so the pimp is not really showing her pussy's valuable. It's showing that she is valuable, and
But
then the
this was,
pussy is just a part of her.
this came over time, because in the beginning,
See,
when those white men used to take these black women back to their house, you gotta remember they wasn't even paying them with money back then. You get a couple of chickens and maybe a goat, but it was bringing food for the table. You feel me? You had to put food on the motherfucking table, and
The
he just
pimp
wanted to
showed her a
get
greater
the
value.
pussy. You feel what I'm saying?
now
Yeah. Now,
now
as
what I
time
would
went
want to
on,
say is
the pimping
the
taught the
pimp.
woman that you don't got to do all that fucking.
Now look, now what I would want to say is this, right? Maybe the pimp showed the prostitute, right? What value in a man is. What value in the pimping because someone's only gonna pay for what's valuable. And if that's your pimping, then you gotta be able to show your pimpings what's valuable to the bitch, not herself.
But check it. No, you showing the bitch her value. You showing the bitch her value to the trick. You got to remember, we're not putting tricks and pimps on the same. We're talking alley cats and lions here. You understand? We're talking alley cats and lions here, P. You dig? So we're showing the
Or are we
bitch
talking
her value.
felines?
No, check it. We're showing the bitch her value to the trick. Because see, the trick sees a different value in that woman than
But we don't
motherfucking.
know her value to a trick unless we're that trick. Specifically because, right, remember I said this earlier, right? The bitch might sell more for pussy, less for head. Because she's putting more value on her pussy. Now, what if the trick really is just a fucking craze for fucking head? He doesn't want pussy. So
But
now,
suppose he don't want neither one. See, the value in the woman is showing her that she's an all encompassing body. Like, listen
right?
here,
But now you're changing
you
that
gotta
from pussy,
understand that
K Devon. I'm only
because see,
debating because you said
women
pussy.
don't sell
We
the
show
pussy.
her
See,
value from her pussy. That's the only thing
no,
I'm
that's
debating.
what no. What I'm saying, you trying to do the show shit. You know you can't do the show
No,
shit
I'm
because
not.
they
I'm
acknowledge.
saying that the only
Check
you
it.
said a
No,
pimp shows her that her pussy is
no, I
valuable.
said pimping in the beginning. I said in the beginning. Now, if you want to take this,
Was
we're
there
not.
an end? Was there an end? Do we know
We're
what?
dealing.
Okay, I
I'm talking
agree.
about antebellum. I'm talking about during
Okay,
the
good.
antebellum stage of life. You feel what I'm saying? We're showing the woman her value because that's all the white man was interested in was her pussy. As time
I think that
progressed,
we're showing. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're in the beginning.
as
Go
no,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
as time progressed, the woman started to see she has a greater power. She has an all-encompassing power. At
See,
the end of
that's
the
what I'm
day, that's
saying.
where this is where the role reversed. This is why
But
you
you're
got
not
white
putting
men that like to get whipped while
any
black women
value
didn't.
on the pimping, though. See, that's what I'm saying. I think
No,
that
the
since the
pimping.
woman
No,
thinks every man is a trick. Look, hear me real quick.
no,
I
women
think.
can't
Look,
think
hold
every
on.
man
Look,
is a
hold on.
trick. That's like
Hold
saying
on.
every feline is
But
a lion.
But the reason that he can't think every man is a trick is because it took the man who utilized the knowledge of some pimping to show her that there's a
Yeah, but
value in the man.
understand this: a trick can never be a pimp.
I know.
That's the
That's what
difference.
I'm.
So when you say, see, because you're trying to make man just being man, no, we've
No,
already
I'm not. No,
distinguished
no, I'm
that.
not. No, I'm
Okay,
not.
so the value that we
I mean,
show,
amen,
the
man.
the value that
The pimp, the supreme
no,
man.
no, no. Listen, a square ain't
Look, we got
nothing
to
like
start it
me.
back over.